Hey guys, this is Mitchell from GameFront here with a solo GameFront update. God, it's so sad to even say that. GameFront update. GameFront update. Unfortunately, James was here earlier, but he had to leave. He has a show, and I didn't want to go another week without having some sort of GameFront update or an opportunity to speak with you, the 1,000 people that watch the GameFront update on a weekly basis. And plus, there's stuff happening in the world of YouTubes right now, and obviously I wanted to kind of let you know how we're doing, because it looks like pretty serious stuff if you read Twitter of a lot of the famous YouTubers or well-known YouTubers out there. So let's talk about it. Content ID matching. What is content ID matching? Well, basically, if you don't know, content ID matching is a way for copyright holders to track and manage their copywritten content over YouTube. So let's say I have a song. I made the song. I am very protective of the song. I don't want other people to make money off of my song. So I submit the song to YouTube. They put it into their little content ID matching database, and they will scan every video on YouTube and see if any matches come back for my song. If it does, I have three options. I can either monetize that matched video, which means I get the money from all the clicks that video gets. I could block that video, just say, you can't do this. This is mine. You can't make a video with it. Or I can just track it. Nothing actually happens to the video, but I can look at the stats of the video and see how many people are viewing it. I can see, where they're viewing it from, etc., etc., etc. So inherently, content ID matching is actually a pretty good thing. So the problem is when that gets applied to video games. That's when things get a little bit murky. Unlike music, video games are very different depending on who's playing them. If you watch a walkthrough with James, you're going to get a very different experience as opposed to watching a walkthrough with me. And that's not to say anything about our skill differences. It's just we have very different personalities that we bring to the table with each of our walkthroughs. And even beyond the Let's Play aspect of it, the problem that I'm seeing right now is that the content ID matching system is picking up trailers and B-roll footage, stuff that the press specifically gives stuff that game publishers specifically give to the press to use in their videos to create buzz about their games. And that's just not right. That's just not right. That shouldn't happen. And so you see, there's a very big problem with how this content ID matching system is being implemented, especially when it comes to video games. It's all very automated. There's no flag or something that comes up for the copyright holder to look at and say, hey, we found a content ID match. Can you please check this out and see if it's something that you want to block, monetize, or track? It's just you set a blanket policy, and everything that gets matched gets affected. And that's bullshit. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Now back to the question of how are you guys doing? Are you guys doing okay during this whole Claimpocalypse? And the honest answer is we have been dealing with this pretty much since our inception. Here's the thing. We are not owned by a multi-channel network thing like that, like Machinima, Polaris, Maker. We're not part of any of that. We are owned by Break Media, which is now Defy Media, and they're not part of any kind of gaming network. So we have been dealing with content ID matching pretty much since our inception. One of the benefits that being part of Machinima was that you didn't have to deal with any of this content ID matching stuff. You essentially had immunity to this kind of thing. What happened recently was that YouTube decided to lift that immunity. So as soon as they lifted the veil, all the shit just came falling right on them. All the content ID claims that had been just hovering over this immunity shield just fell all on top of them. They had 400 content ID matches all at once, and that's that must have been horrifying. I feel very sorry for anyone that had to deal with that. We kind of had to deal with them as they came, which is like maybe 3 or 4 a month, maybe more, depending on how many Nintendo videos we did. Speaking of Nintendo, if you wonder why I stopped doing the Super Mario World 3D World videos, it's because pretty much every single video got Content ID matched. So that's pretty much it. I don't really want to go into a whole 20-minute long rant about why this is bullshit. I mean, I feel like I've pretty much already given the gist of how I feel about it. And plus, I'm not nearly as eloquent or savvy as Toll Biscuit, and he has a very, very good video about the subject that you should check out. I'll try to link it either in the chat or not in the chat, in the description. I've been using too much Twitch. Or I'll put an annotation up there. But that's basically the situation. I just wanted to let you guys know where we were. We're not really freaking out because this is something that we've dealt with pretty much as long as we've been in business. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on this subject. Actually, you know, I'll say one more thing. I see a lot of people on Twitter responding to people complaining about this whole thing. YouTubers who are complaining about, you know, their potential loss of income, that, you know, this is affecting their livelihood, and they respond to them saying, if this is such a big problem, why don't you just pack up and leave YouTube, take your business somewhere else. It's not the only video sharing service out there. And the answer is, well, before I say what the answer is, let me pose another question. Where else do you go to watch videos? Where is your primary source to go to watch videos on the internet? The answer is YouTube, isn't it? You don't default to Dailymotion or Veo or, you know, Vimeo. You usually would default to YouTube. There is such a huge audience on YouTube, and so far that audience has not made the shift to any other website. So YouTube is unfortunately where the money is. What I would like to see happen out of this whole thing is for some rich Mark Cuban sort to create a website that is like Twitch, but meant specifically for just not live video, you know, video sharing. Just video sharing, not live video. But what was great about Twitch is that they basically took this whole live webcasting thing, and they made a completely video game focused version of it. That's what I want to see happen. I want to see a completely video game focused YouTube. Maybe it's something that can't happen because of copyright issues. Maybe it's too risky. Maybe it's just a dream. But that's what that would be my dream. That's what I want to see happen. I wish I knew rich and driven and motivated people so I could try to get in on it, but unfortunately I don't. I can't, and I'm stuck talking to you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what? Thank you so much for subscribing to us on gamefront.com. If you haven't already, go check us out on GameFront walkthroughs. Check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/GameFront. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you later. Bye-bye.